Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love and General reading. This is the element of air. So if you're a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for the weekend of May the 21st through the 23rd, 2021. So I want to thank you guys for all your love and support. Please keep in mind these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully you get some clarity. Also, if you guys are wanting to book a personal or private reading, be sure to check the description box below for ways to reach me. If you want to reach me by phone, that's a separate process, so just make sure that you're registered at bill per call. You can request a callback, and if I don't get back to you that day, I'll get back to you within a 7-day time frame. Also, be sure to check out Patreon. I do the Venus sign readings there monthly, as well as additional content. And also be sure to check me out on TikTok. All right, so the overall energy we have is death. We have the Magician, the King of Swords. We have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Wands, Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, and Three of Wands. Okay, so that overall energy, yeah, it looks like something is coming to an end, or there's going to be something that changes you. There could be some sort of missed opportunity, or maybe something's going on where there's grief, or, you know, feeling bad about the past. Maybe you are missing someone who's crossed over already. So yeah, something's going on where maybe you are being affected by someone's death or something that ended. And I'm not predicting a death. Those of you that are new, I don't predict death. You know, maybe, although it can happen, but you know, usually when I'm talking about death, I'm talking about a death that has already occurred. Now, what I also see is that you may be cutting ties for good with any and all things fake. Any liars, illusions, or if someone's just been communicating with you indirectly, maybe you feel like enough of that, you know, you're just done with indirect communication or mind games. So yeah, I feel like there is definitely something that's coming to an end. Now, I'm also seeing something in regards to spirits, like being visited by the dead. And I got similar energy for fire. So I don't know if you deal with the fire sign, but there's something, or if there's a fire sign that crossed over. But it seems like maybe you could be visited by the dead. It also looks too like you are having to overcome your fears, maybe even your deepest fears. Like you're having to have the courage to confront that. So something also could be coming towards you. Maybe you're aware that something's coming to an end and you're just kind of bracing yourself. Maybe you're about to lose your job, but you already know it. Maybe rumors have already been going out about that. But whatever it is, you know, whatever this loss is, it's like you're trying to prepare yourself for it. I do feel that you will be successful at overcoming your fears. Something may inspire you to go out on a limb and pursue a goal or pursue your dreams. Maybe you feel like it's now or never. Something may happen where you feel like life is too short, and it actually inspires you to do something about, you know, the past, or do something to progress into the future. So if there is some sort of opportunity for you to either take a new job, start your own business, meet someone, I feel like you're taking that opportunity even though you're still afraid or still emotionally wounded. Looks like you're willing to take some sort of a chance. And especially here with you standing on top of the wands, this is kind of that same energy as Seven of Wands, with having that feeling of victory or success. You're standing on top of your fears instead of just, you know, trying to see. It's like you're like, let me see what I'm dealing with. Let me understand, you know, what I'm facing. And that also can be if you're interacting with spirits. Like I said, maybe that scares you, but you're like, okay, let me see what the spirit is trying to show me or tell me. Now also, something also looks like breaking up to make up. So there could be someone that you just broke up with or just ended things with, and now there are regrets and feeling like, I shouldn't have done that, or I think I made a mistake, or I think I broke up with them out of fear, or they did that to you. It seems like there may be an opportunity for you to reconnect with this person. And it looks like maybe there's going to be a discussion about trust. And I just feel like two people are trying to understand each other. It's kind of like, let's give this a go, or let's see where this goes. The other thing I'm getting is that if someone from your past is not returning, then whoever new comes into your life, this person is coming out of darkness, or maybe currently dealing with the loss of something or someone. It could be that it was a breakup. They could have just lost their job. They could have just lost a friend or family member. And so, you know, they may be coming to you in that state of mind. Doesn't seem like it's going to stay there. Maybe, in fact, you inspire them or motivate them, or say encouraging things. Maybe they needed that. Somebody maybe needs a pep talk, or their spirits lifted. So yeah, I feel like maybe you're dealing with someone who's dealing with death. Ooh, I know where this means for me. That just reminded me, like one of my son's favorite authors passed away, and he's like really, really sad about it. He's Pisces moon, so he's like uber sensitive. So yeah, he was like super sad this morning. So mom probably has to do that. But yeah, I feel like you guys are maybe interacting with someone and cheering them up. Now also, it seems like after some sort of conversation, you're kind of waiting to see what happens after that. And it's funny, I just did a reading on TikTok about that. I was getting the energy of a past life couple that keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And I feel like the issue is that there's this connection or this bond, but neither one of them acts out on it, or both people. It's not a Five of Swords energy where both people are trying to spite each other or, you know, prove some sort of a point. It's more so like over politeness or not wanting to step someone's boundaries, and wanting to just be open and kind of saying, well, you know, just get back to me when you want to get back to me. And you're like, okay, yeah, same with you. You know, if you ever want to talk to me, just call me. And you guys are both just like saying it. And it's just like, yeah, you know, and both parties might be thinking like optimistically, like, well, you know, I told them, you know, they could call me when they want to, like the door is open. And it's like you guys are both optimistic and thinking the same thing, but both kind of waiting for the other person to take the initiative. And it's just like, okay, somebody's got to take the initiative. So that's the same energy that I'm getting here, is that there's a past life connection. Something is from the past, and It's a relationship that may have transformed you. Maybe it's a relationship that there's been a lot of miscommunication or indirect communication. And now there's an opportunity to get to know one another again, or to, communicate with each other. But then it's like, okay, well, after you. It's making me think of something silly, like two people standing by a door like, after you, after you. And it's like, how many times are you going to say that? So yeah, it's like somebody's got to take the initiative. Because like I said, it looks like there's a conversation, and then it's like another period of waiting. Now, it also could be that maybe you make a connection with someone, romantic or not, from someone that is at a distance. Either way, I feel like somebody misses somebody and is waiting to hear. You're both mutually thinking about each other and both mutually missing each other and just kind of waiting. I do feel that something about your situation requires an open mind, or maybe you need to view something from a different perspective. Now, if you put in applications for anything, it also looks like, you are still having to wait for a response, or you're waiting for some sort of results. I feel too like maybe someone finds something that belongs to you, or they found something and they're like, I'm gonna send it to you. So I kind of feel like you're waiting on something to come in the mail as well. I don't know if you're gonna get it this weekend. Maybe you just are aware that it's on the way, or that it's being sent to you, but you're still waiting to receive it. But I almost do feel like somebody is sending something to you, like they found something, something that you lost. So I feel like you are also, like, your faith is being restored a little bit after disappointment. Maybe because you didn't have the full story to something, or you didn't have the full picture. Yeah. So I'm getting that maybe you're waiting to hear. You're like, I need to see this, or I need to hear the full story. Okay, so I heard the name Patrick for someone. Some of you may be watching romantic movies or sad movies over the weekend, especially, what is that? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I feel like somebody feels like in the mood to watch that this weekend. Wow, same energies. Now, that's the other thing. So, somebody may be watching you from a distance. They're just keeping tabs. Not like super lurking, like going through all of your information, but just more so like a quick checkup. What are they up to? What's the latest thing they talked about or posted? And then they're like, boop, I just want to see what's going on. But they still seem like they are feeling down, or a sense of regret. Like someone is not happy about how something ended. I feel like somebody is not satisfied. I feel like someone also did not get a good answer or explanation. It's like, that's not a good answer. That doesn't make sense. That I need a better answer. Let's say you are going through a breakup, or you recently broke up, and your partner was like, I just need some space. And you're like, that's bullshit. Like, I don't believe that. Like, why are you breaking up with me? There's something else going on. So I feel like some sort of response or answers are not to your liking. And you don't feel fulfilled by that. And I feel like there is more. And you're just kind of waiting. You also may be asking yourself why you had to have this type of path. Maybe you're a life path 9 and you're like, this is a lonely life path. And you're like, I don't like, having to do this all by myself or all on my own. So sometimes maybe you feel alone on your path. You don't have to be a life path 9, but I'm just saying, the whole spiritual path, maybe you feel like you can't find people who understand you, or maybe you are wondering why you haven't met someone, so now see, it looks like somebody is looking for you or trying to find you, and I got that before in another reading last week. I feel like somebody's looking for you, or maybe feels lost without you, or they don't understand why they feel lost. They're like, why do I feel lost? Like, I've broken up before, but this person is lingering. Why? Okay, so if someone isn't physically visiting your page, they're probably getting readings, paying for a reading, or watching different readers, watching astrology readers too, people who read astrology. I think too, something you see in your chart makes you sad. If you understand astrology, like something you see and I feel like you don't like that placement. You're like, I wish I had a different placement. I'm hearing unforgettable. So maybe someone is unforgettable. Maybe someone needs to look at the lyrics to that too. If you're dreaming about tooth loss, I feel like it's a stress dream, but I also feel like it is to prepare you to confront your fears, or it's giving you a heads up about something, to have courage. Something is asking you to have courage or to be strong, and you will. I see you being very brave in regards to something that's getting ready to happen. And like I said too, like if it's a spiritual situation, like where you have some sort of spiritual gift and you can see stuff, maybe you're being asked to be brave and just look at these things. Now see, these 3 things on this 3 of Swords look like maybe some little spirits popping up. So I don't know if it's like 3 things that appear to you and you're like talking yourself through it, like don't be afraid, embrace what you're seeing. But it does look like maybe spiritually something could be revealed to you and it's scary, but you're trying to, understand what you're observing. I do feel that someone is still suffering from a broken heart and is looking for you, or you are looking for someone. There's this longing to be together. Someone is also very hard to read, or it's hard to read who exactly is coming towards you. Now, I do have air and water out, so it could be another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Also could be a Scorpio. Mainly a Scorpio. Something else I was getting ready to say. Oh, and then also the reason why they may be very hard to read is because they're kind of like a ghost. They're something about their energy is very magical, or they're always disappearing and reappearing, or like I've mentioned this before, something about their profile picture might be black. It might be a hooded figure. It's a mask. It's a covering. You don't know this person who's coming towards you, if they're coming towards you, or this person that's in your energy field already. It's hard to read them because they're like a ninja. I do get that someone is kind of ready to apologize, or is ready to forgive you if there's been some sort of rift. Like, not saying that you were to blame or they were to blame, just depending on your situation. It just looks like there's this readiness. And if you're getting triggered and upset about me talking about somebody from the past, then it's probably not the person that triggers you. Maybe somebody you forgot about. You're like, oh, okay, I thought she was talking about this person. Y'all don't know how many times that has happened, even as a tarot watcher. Like, I don't watch much tarot, but at one point I was. And every time I was like, oh, I don't want to hear from that person. It's like, oh, another person, a new person, I forgot about them. And then also, just because someone is from your past doesn't mean that I'm always talking about an ex. Although I do see an ex for some of you. It could be anybody from your past that you're just familiar with, that you grew up with, went to school with, worked with. You know, it could be somebody that you've just met before. Something looks like having open dialogue. Okay, so I got something about those of you that are performers. You may be going to an audition, and it seems like, of course, you've been rejected before, but this one seems more optimistic. Feels like a yes, but you still have to wait and see. I also feel that there's a situation where someone was unavailable at the time you met them, but they're available now. And that's also why they're sad or grieving. You know, of course, my only advice is to make sure that this isn't just a rebound. Make sure that, you know, just make sure that this person isn't trying to entertain or distract themselves. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Don't go into it blindly. Maybe you're like, I know that I'm a rebound, but shit, I'm finna have fun with them. You know, just whatever it is, at least own it. You know, that's how you take your power back. You don't have any power when you're lost or oblivious to your situation. But when you're in a situation, even if you're in a really shitty situation, if you own it, I feel like there's so much more power in that. It's like, even though you know better, you know something, at least you're like, I know what I'm doing. Or at least I know what might be coming, but I'm bracing myself for that. And I do have you kind of bracing yourself for something. But yeah, it does look like someone was unavailable at the time, and now this person's available. I feel like someone also is leaving someone for you. Someone is like, I don't want to be, I'd rather be with you type energy. Now, again, I don't know if that's what you want. Depends on how deep your connection was, or how real the love was, or, you know, whatever it was, but I get it. Some of you might feel like it's too late. No, you going back over to the person that you left me for. It does look like you're being open about a situation, though. It's not a no. Even if you're waiting on a result, it's not a no yet. We don't know which direction that's going to go in. It's still in a maybe phase. So your outcome or your future depends on your willingness to overcome your emotional traumas. Like, how ready are you to work on them or confront them? Because now it does look like you can get emotionally triggered by someone or a situation. Even if it's about, you know, traveling or starting a new job, it's like, get ready, because this is scary for you for whatever reason. Maybe you've been at one job all your life. Now all of a sudden you've got to start a new job. Maybe you lived in one place all your life, but now you're getting ready to move 500 miles away. You know, so I feel like your future and your outcome depends on your willingness to confront these fears. And then too, some people are so extremely triggered that they're like, I'm done with shadow work. You know, and truthfully, you know, you can never really be done with shadow work, because every lesson is going to be different. Just like in school, you might have hated math, but when you got to geometry, you were like, oh, okay, I like the little shapes and stuff. It's not so bad. You know, so every lesson isn't going to be the same. You can't be so quick to shut off emotions. And I feel like relationships, you know, they require vulnerability. That means, yes, you might get your feelings hurt. Somebody posted something on my Instagram, and that made complete sense. Something about you're always going to get hurt. It's more so about the matter of who's going to be patient or the willingness to work through that pain with you, or each, you know, for each other, instead of you guys like getting hurt and then just like scattering and never to be seen again. And then when you don't have that deep of feelings for somebody, that's understandable. But if you do have deep feelings for someone, which the moon energy does represent to me, then it means that you have to be willing to get your feelings hurt. Something that's not going to be perfect. I think that was my friend Carol. So Carol, if you're watching, thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Voyage. I feel like someone's getting ready to take a voyage. It may be a literal trip, or maybe it's just spiritual voyage, or maybe it's an emotional voyage. But it looks like you are going to play something by ear and just kind of navigate these murky waters of feelings. All right, so let me go ahead and pull some energy cards for you guys. All right, additional messages for air signs: Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have man holding a heart, healer of ages, Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Overall energy, the sun. Okay, so I do feel like you guys are optimistic about some sort of opportunity to share with someone. Maybe you're going to get to share your heart with someone, or maybe you're going to get to share your passion with someone, or for the world even, because like I was saying, those of you that might be actors or actresses, seems like you might be doing something creative like auditioning, or maybe you actually have, you know, some sort of play that you're in, or are they still doing plays now? I don't know. This seems like you're auditioning for something. You also may get an opportunity to share your talent with the world, especially if you're an empath. You know, you might get some sort of recognition. You might be standing out from the crowd. You may be uplifting a lot of people or inspiring a lot of people. I feel too like your messages of passion, whether it's passionate about your love life or passionate about your art or your work, like you have an ability to heal people. So I feel like you're going to be healing people in some way, shape, or form. You also may be known as having healing hands. Maybe you are able to, you know, touch people. Maybe you're a good massage therapist. Maybe you work with people's chakras. Maybe you do Reiki. You know, so some of you may be very good healers. Now, something about the heart is, of course, standing out. It looks like there's light beaming from his heart. He's holding a heart, and the fourth chakra deals with the heart. So you guys may be dealing with matters of the heart this weekend. Dealing with emotions, emotional traumas, someone that you love romantically. But it could be, you know, family or friends as well. But it does seem like maybe you're healing people, or someone's healing you, or that maybe there's some sort of healing exchange between people. Someone also may be trying to get your attention by showing you how much they love you or doing nice things for you. Someone may be trying to treat you to dinner, or treat you to, what do you call it? Anything, something where you get to pamper yourself. Someone is speaking your love language. I feel that. Maybe before you didn't understand someone's love language, or you're just now learning someone's love language, but it does look like someone you're like, oh, you're speaking my love language. Like, this is, I understand this, and they understand, you understand them, and they understand you. You may also feel something in your heart. You might feel palpitations. You may be very emotionally triggered or activated, but not in a trigger in a negative sense. Spiritually heightened. I feel like there's a strong spiritual awareness being revealed to you. I don't know why all of a sudden this is reminding me of the Teletubbies baby, the little face in the sun. That was creepy, but funny at the same time, because I think creepy stuff is funny. So I don't know. Maybe you're having some sort of childhood memories, or I don't know what the meaning of that was. And I know that as an adult, and a conspiracy theorist, or I like to say truth seeker, I know that show had a lot of hidden messages in it. So maybe you are also learning and healing from decoding somehow. Maybe you're decoding messages. I feel like it's still, everything is still pointing back to matters of the heart and emotions. But overall, you guys seem like you're happy and optimistic. And then also, when I was talking about, it seems like there's this readiness to come forward or to share or to be vulnerable. That's what I'm getting again. You know, it's like, I've healed, you know, come to me. So I feel like maybe you guys are ready to share your heart with someone, or be vulnerable with someone, or hear someone out. Or maybe this is how someone feels about you. So hopefully these messages resonate, but feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.